sir. Good morning, Venkat sir is live. On, I think. Venkat sir.
Good morning, Professor.
Venkat sir.
Good morning, Professor Janardhanan. Very good morning. Good
How
morning,
are you, sir?
Professor. Very good to see you and hear your voice. It's been a long time.
Yes, yes. Last week also I was there in Delhi for UGC committee that I am that empanelment of this video production contractors.
How come you never made a visit to AICT then?
Because it was very tight. On Saturday I came, and 23rd also I'm coming once again for the same committee financial bid. Myself, Parameshwaran sir, advisor, they're all coming. So, participants already have joined. 248 people are there, and it's our pleasure to host this program and be a delivery partner with AICT as usual. Yesterday, we had maybe Ashish Agarwal. Ashish?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, can we start with Millie or can we start the session?
Yes, we should start the session. We have Dr. Dinesh already ready, so he can just take over.
Okay, okay. Maybe you can, maybe we can, Millie, we want to do Millie. What was the progress? Good morning, Dinesh.
Good morning, Janardhanan.
Good morning. Good morning to all the participants. Around 408 participants joined in the Google Classroom. As we have told on the day one, it is mandatory to attend all the sessions. It is mandatory to submit the 2 quizzes with respect to OBE plus 1 model question paper submission. As per the examination reforms document, you have to do it to get certified from AICTE. So that is condition number 2. And condition number 3, it is not a one-time effort. It is a continuous effort. We have a hand-holding session in Telegram group. I request the participants to join the Telegram group so that you will have a peer-to-peer discussion. Yesterday, Madam, as one of the participants has shared her video on OBA. Fantastic. It was good. I was observing, and a lot of insight it has been prepared, and her effort was really appreciable because she has taken a lot of effort in preparing the video and she has uploaded it. So it was Kamal Shah madam from Thakur College in Mumbai, Dean. And she has shared the outcome-based academic research perspective video. So we expect the AICT main mandate is to have a ripple effect. Let the good thing need to be shared with everyone in accordance to the Sustainable Development Goal number 17. The best practice need to be spread across the country. That is the main mandate. Yesterday, you have been introduced with the what is the need for assessment, what is the difference between assessment and evaluation. You need to know the subtle difference between assessment and evaluation. Then we looked into the aspect of graduate attributes. Why the term graduate attribute came? Based on graduate attribute, how you have to define the program outcomes. You have to know the fantastic difference between the program outcomes and program educational objectives. Outcomes, where we are going to measure the measurable, demonstrable. At the end of the graduation, during the time of graduation, I need to be in the position to note the observation or transformation which the student should possess based on the PO. PEO, program educational objective. After 3 to 5 years, I am visualizing my students will become in this domain. It is only objective, it is not outcome. So that is the difference in the OBE, outcome-based education. The fundamentals are very clearly given. The learning is fixed, but the learning time varies. You have to remember, learning is fixed, learning time varies. So in outcome-based education, mission, PEOs, POs, and COs. So Dr. Ashish Agarwal would have discussed with you about how to frame the COs, course outcomes, intended learning outcomes. At the end of your session, sound is missing. At the end of the session, how you need to, at the end of the session, what you expect the students to possess. That is the main objective of course outcomes. Dr. Ashish Agarwal would have discussed about the Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy, remember level, understand level, analysis level, remember level, understand level, application, analysis, evaluation, and creation. The AICT examination reform documents is already uploaded in the Google Classroom. I request all the participants kindly go through this document. It is like a Bible which the AICT has prepared with wonderful committee input, and it has document is clearly gives the example. And also we will share you the document which we have written, myself and Professor Kunjirek Isaac, former member secretary of AICT. We have written a chapter on assessment, how the assessment need to be there, how the questions need to be framed. Because when it comes to assessment, we invest only less quantum of our time. But assessment ultimately is going to tell how the learning has taken place, how the teaching has given the inputs. So that is the importance of assessment. So today we have with us Dr. K.S.A. Dinesh Kumar. He has also developed a course on student assessment and evaluation. In the student assessment evaluation, it is a well observed course, and he has also offered a course on question paper authoring in Swayam. And today he is going to discuss about how to prepare the blueprint for question paper or table of specification, which is very, very important. Because as I told you yesterday, the concept of the question paper authoring or a Bloom's came with the Benjamin Bloom. Benjamin Bloom was a faculty member at University of Chicago. So in Chicago, as a controller of examiners, he was looking into the question papers. The question papers are not completely, it's not kindling the thoughts of minds of the youngsters. So he thought there is something lacking in the question paper. How to restructure the question paper. So that came the Bloom's taxonomy, the modified Bloom's taxonomy from Anderson, a student, PhD student, which we call revised Bloom's taxonomy. Remember, understand, application, analysis, evaluation, and creation. So when we prepare the Bloom's taxonomy, blueprint of instruction, I need to know how much time of investment I need to do on knowledge dimension, as well as on the cognitive dimension. Cognitive dimension is nothing but remember, understand, apply, analysis, evaluation, and create. In the case of a knowledge dimension, what exactly you mean by factual knowledge? What do you mean by conceptual knowledge? What do you mean by procedural knowledge and metacognitive knowledge? How to prepare the table of specification, how it will facilitate the faculty members, how it facilitates the administrators, how it facilitates the students in preparing themselves to meet the outcomes. That is going to be the need of the hour. Dr. Dinesh Kumar, working as a faculty member in the Department of Civil Engineering as associate professor. He has more than past 20 years of teaching experience, and he has developed more than 4 MOOCs in NRC. He has developed on smart cities and civil infrastructure. And Dr. Dinesh Kumar offers a course in basically the area of free and open source software and GIS and open source GIS. And Dr. Dinesh Kumar will be addressing the participants on how to frame the table of specification. This session will be moderated by my good friend Dr. Ashish Agarwal, because Ashish Agarwal is a authority in the evaluation, and as you all aware, Ashish Agarwal graduated from BTech from IIT Roorkee, MTech from MS from Masters from Virginia Tech, and PhD from Virginia Tech in engineering education. So now he is a new entry into our family of Nitter Chennai, and as Colonel Venkat is in charge for faculty development cell, and he is also rolling out a scheme on national mission on mentoring. And Ashish and Janardhan are mentor and mentee relationship. What, Ashish? Huh? We are the standing example for Colonel Venkat National Mission on Mentoring. So over to Dr. Dinesh Kumar to take the table of specification. Thank you, Dinesh Kumar. Thank you, Ashish Agarwal.
I think okay.
I can hear you. That's fine.
Okay, okay, good. Good. Then I'm going to share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, this is good.
Okay. Okay, good. I think my screen is visible to you. Say, as Dr. Janardhan said, we are going to discuss about a framework for setting the standardized question paper, right? So how we can prepare, say, what is the guideline we have to follow. What is meant by table of specification? How we can follow that one to prepare the question paper. That's what we are going to discuss during this session, right? Say here, everywhere we are looking for the quality. So, right? We are looking for the quality. So how to ensure the quality in the education system, right? Say to ensure the quality in the education system, not only in the teaching learning process, we have to frame the question paper properly, and we have to evaluate the students. For that, we are using the question paper as a tool, right? So this tool should be good quality tool, right? So for that, let us see what are the things need to be done. Okay. Say always we are talking about the outcome-based education. Nowadays, we are talking about the outcome-based education. The main purpose of the outcome-based education is to ensure the quality in the education system. Say not only delivering the lecture or not only designing the curriculum. Say if we see the outcome-based education, which is a big umbrella, in that we are having a curriculum, we are having a learning teaching process, as well as we are having a the assessment also, right? See, if we come to the teacher's responsibility, we have to, as a teacher, we have to properly understand the factors responsible for the defects. Defects in the sense how the factors are influencing to degrade the quality of the education system, right? To remove those kind of a thing, as a teacher, we have to work towards that one. Then we have to ensure the quality in the education system. For that, we have to identify the proper strategy that need to be implemented. Say we are having two terms, the efficiency and the effectiveness. Now, what is the difference between these two? The efficiency and the effectiveness. Efficiency is doing the things right, and effectiveness is doing the right things, right? Say as a teacher, say most of the teacher, if you ask them, they will be concentrating only on the completion of the syllabus. They will not be concentrating on the whether really the learning taken places or not. See, all are efficient teacher. You are all master in your degree. You are all having expertise in your area. You are an efficient teacher in your discipline. But whether we are perform very effectively, that is the big question mark. Say most of the teachers are focusing only on the completing the syllabus, right? Say it should not be. We have to ensure whether the learning taken places in the classroom or not. Say for that, we have to involve the students in the active learning process, right? Say then only the effectiveness will be there. So we can ensure the effectiveness in the profession. You can perform very effectively in your profession. Because of that, we can ensure the quality in the education system, right? So that's what the outcome-based education is doing, which is ensuring the quality in the learning, right? Okay. If we come to the examination, say actually we are teaching the content for the entire semester. At the end of the semester, we are conducting the examination. Through this examination, we are evaluating the students, the performance of the students. This examination duration may be 3 hours. Within that 3 hours, we are performing the entire 6 months performance of the students, right? Say this most of the from initial stage, right? From the let us say the first standard, from the first standard to the till PG degree, right? Say we are doing only through the examination pattern. We are assessing the performance of the students with the help of that, we are measuring the effectiveness of the learning process, right? Say one person is getting 80% of the marks or 90% of the marks in that particular subject. What it means? Can I see the chat box? So you can put it in the chat box. Chat box is not visible for me. Where is the chat box? Okay, chat box. I got it. Okay. Say it means he knows 90% of the course. Okay. Good knowledge. Okay. That he retained, not completely. Okay, okay. Has understood concept. Okay, good. Understand. Very good concept. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Say one person is getting 80% of the mark or 90% of the mark. In the sense, with the help of that, we are ensuring, say, he has performed properly, he has performed well in the examinations. But say, we are setting the question paper, we are setting the questions on the outcome, right? Say in the particular subjects, we are having a syllabus. For the syllabus, we are having a hyphenated content. To achieve that hyphenated content, to measure the knowledge of the students on that particular content, we are setting the question paper. If you see that question paper, each and everything is focusing towards the outcome or objective of the particular subject, right? Say one person is getting 90% of the marks in the particular subject, in the sense he has secured, say he has attained 90% of the set objectives of the particular subject, right? Say we know different kind of assessment we are having. One is the diagnostic, formative, and summative. Our colleagues would have discussed already about this one. Say from, as I said, from the primary standard to the university, till the university, we are using this kind of thing. For the summative, we are using only the examination, right? When you are going for examinations, we are depending upon the question paper. The question paper is the main tool. That tool should be proper, right? The tool should be proper. If there is any flaw in the tool, then it is then automatically it will be measuring the something else, right? It will not measure the proper knowledge of the students. Okay. So we have to design the tool properly. So this is, we have to, it may be for the formative assessment or it may be for the summative assessment, whatever may be, we have to design the tool properly, then only the whatever we are making a measurement, that will be correct. If we come to the assessment instruments, we are having a different kind of assessment instruments. It may be a group evaluation or the performance measurements or observations or survey or whatever may be test. But see, these are all we can implement in the formative assessment. When we come to the summative assessment, we are using the thing. Say recently we got a circular from the Anna University that they are going to increase the internal marks. Say because of that, say internal marks in the sense, because of that we can conduct group evaluation. We can do it. We can do the with the help of the group discussion, or how he is performing in each and every aspect in the class. Based upon that, we can evaluate the students. That and all possible. Now they are giving a more weightage for the internal assessment, like in the formative assessment kind of a thing. Say in the normally in the civil engineering, we used to tell the concrete is manufactured at the site, steel is manufactured at the industry. So the quality can be ensured in the steel. The quality cannot be ensured in the concrete because because even if you make a concrete in the RMC plant, say how much time it is traveling to the particular site. So see that and all we have to calculate accordingly. We have to prepare the mixture, and accordingly we have to delay the settling process, right? So for that we have to add the admixtures. So these are the different aspects of there. Say if it is in situ concrete, then automatically there will be a lot of factors. The water cement ratio will be playing a major role, and accordingly, the lot of aspects are there. Compaction factors are there. Lot of things are there. Because of that, the quality will be getting down for the concrete. So we used to have the factor of safety purpose 1.5 or 1.15. This is the concept behind the RCC, reinforced cement concrete. So why I am showing this? Say this is because of quality, because of the steel is manufactured in the industry, the quality can be ensured, right? But concrete is manufactured in the site, so the quality is not possible to ensure. So we are having a factor of safety. Factor of safety is 1.5. Say load is coming 1,000, then we have to assume it as 1,500 kilometers coming to that particular pillar. Accordingly, we have to design. Say because the concrete is less quality. Say whether it is possible to implement same principle in the question paper. It is not so. Say wherever the mistake is there in the question paper, you give the extra mark for the students. Then what will happen? Right? So this kind of a thing need to be avoided. So as a teacher, when we are preparing the question paper, we have to properly focus, we have to concentrate, and we have to do this one. So most of the teachers, what they are thinking that setting the question paper is just collecting the questions from the different book bank and just arranging it. That is what they are thinking. It is not so. Even the I can show the mistakes. Even I can show the mistakes in many question papers. So what kind of a mistakes our people are doing, right? So as a teacher, when we are preparing or when we are setting the question paper, we have to follow the guideline. Accordingly, we have to set the question paper. Say, this is what I was telling. When one person is securing 80%, it means 80% of the set objectives are achieved by the particular student. If at all not achieved, at what extent they have achieved, that's what it is indicating the marks, right? Okay. Sometimes after the examinations, you used to get the complaint from the students, right? Say after the examinations, normally you can put it in the chat box. What kind of a complaint you used to receive from your students? What kind of a complaint? Or otherwise, I will put it. Okay. Okay, good. Syllabus not completed. Okay, less mark, paper length, time management is not possible, time is not sufficient, insufficient time. Okay, good. Lengthy, out of syllabus. Good. Fantastic. Less options, difficulty. Okay. Questions are out of syllabus. Revision not done. Okay. Difficulty level is high. Good. Okay, good. Right. See, sometimes there is a possibility for the typographical error also. Okay, good. Fantastic. Say, normally you will be getting a different kind of test, right? The different kind of a complaint. The duration, sometimes they will be coming and complaining. The 3 hours duration is not at all sufficient to complete the entire question paper. I have answered only for 3 minutes. I have not answered for the 5 minutes. Like that, they will be telling. Sometimes they will be telling that I have completed entire portion within 2 hours, right? Examination was so easy. I have answered all the questions, right? Sometimes they will be telling the question paper is so tough. Okay, out of syllabus, as we said, out of syllabus. The data book is not given, or the code book is need to be needed. Actually, code book is needed, but that reference is not given. That examiner not permitted to utilize the code book. Like that, they will be giving a complaints, right? Say this is for, I have added some of the comedians picture here for the fun, right? Say if the question paper is very easy in the classroom, so you can in the examination hall as an examiner, you can see our students. You see that they will be enjoying. Right? So if the question paper is very easy, then automatically you can see the smiling face in the every one of the students. So at the same time, your question paper is tough or it's a little bit difficult, then the reaction in the classroom itself or in the examination hall itself, we can see the reaction will be entirely different, right? So even the good students, after writing the tough examinations, the good students, if you ask them, they will be telling you. So if you ask them how you say, you can get the feedback. Say, how was the examination? If you ask them, they will not react for your question. They will be looking like this, right? Even the good students, their reaction will be like this for the tough examinations, after writing the tough examinations. Okay. So they will be telling, so I don't know, sir, I can get pass mark or I may get fail mark also. There is a possibility for both. I don't know, like that they will be telling, right? Okay. So what is the reason for this? What is the reason for this? The main reason is validity. Validity is missing. What is mean by validity? See, your question paper is not valid one. Say this, your question paper is not a valid question paper to test the performance of the students, right? So how to ensure the validity? Once you ensure the validity, then automatically your question paper will be having a quality. Once you have the quality question paper, then whatever you are measuring, that will be good, right? So let us imagine. Say as you are all teachers, you can imagine good in imagination. You can imagine. Let us say, we are having a tape. We are having a tape to measure the length of the objects, right? Say length of the objects. Normally, it will be coming in the some leather kind of a thing. Material will be there, and or steel kind of a tape will be available. Let us imagine the tool is made in the elastic, right? The tool is made in the elastic. Say once if you made it, if you use the elastic tool, if you measure length of any object, will it give same result for each and every time? Say I'm measuring the length of the pen with the help of the elastic tape. The tape is made by elastic. Will you get the same result for each and every measurement? Okay. No. Good. So you will not be getting a same measurement, right? You will not be getting a same measurement because your tool itself wrong. Say because your tool is you made your tool in the elastic material. Say you can based upon the elongation of that one, it is measuring the different readings for each and everything. right? Okay. Let us come to this one. If your tool is wrong, then automatically whatever you are inferring with the help of the tool is wrong. Once your tool is right, say if you made a good elastic tool, if you use the good measurement tape, if you use that one, then you will be getting consistent result each and every time, right? So your inference will be good. So the validity is nothing but, say, which will be ensuring the quality in your question paper, right? Say once your question paper is correct, then with the help of that you are measuring the performance of the students. So whatever you are measuring, that inference, what you are making a inference based upon your examination, that will be correct, right? Okay. Let us come to the types of validity. Say normally we can classify the validity as content validity, criterion validity, construct validity. Here, no need to go deep into this one. Say here, normally for the question paper, we used to check the content validity. Say for the question paper, content related validity, right? That is talking about the validity of the question paper. Once you ensure the content related validity, then your question paper is good, right? How do you know whether the examination questions you set are valid? Say, I said validity. Validity is very important for the question paper. The validity in the sense content validity. So if you ensure the content validity, you can ensure the quality in the tool, right? Say normally we are picking a questions here and there and framing the question paper. How can we know whether our question paper is valid or our questions are valid one or not, right? Say to ensure this one only, we are following the table of specification, right? To ensure the validity, we are using the table of specification. This is nothing but a blueprint to set the question paper. This which is giving a guideline, which is giving a guidance to set the question paper. If you implement this one, then automatically your question paper will be a valid one. You can ensure the quality in the question paper and so on, right? This, let us come to the table of specification. What it means? The table of specification is, otherwise it is called the test specification, test plan, test matrix, or test blueprint, right? Okay. Okay. The table of specification is normally, say it is a two-dimensional table. It is nothing but a two-dimensional table, which is talking about the outcome, right, and the content. Say normally we are setting the question, say which is having a two parts, right? One is talking about the content part, another one is talking about the ability part. Say let us say draw shear force and bending moment. Draw shear force and bending moment for the given beam, right? Say diagram we are given, some simply supported beam we are given, that UDL load is given. Say for that we are asking your students to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. Say to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, initially they have to calculate the shear force and bending moment values. Based upon those values, they have to draw the diagram. Say in this question paper, if you see, you are checking the ability, you are checking the calculation ability, whether really the students are calculating properly the shear force and bending moment for that particular beam, whether they are drawing properly that one. That's what you are checking. One is on the ability, another one is on the content, right? Your ability is calculation ability and drawing ability, and content is shear force and bending moment. So each and every question is talking about the content and the ability, right? So this table of specification is ensuring these two aspects, whether this question is focusing on the content at the same time that level of the ability, whether it is covering the level of the ability, right? Yes, I'm going to share the sample TOS. We are going to discuss, right? So this is otherwise it is called as the blueprint. As I said, it is otherwise it is called as a blueprint. So this the term blueprint, say when you hear, say normally it is introduced, right? So it is introduced in the building initially. It is actually the blueprint. Say even for the construction of the building, initially we have to get the approval from the concerned authority, right? So that is called as a blueprint. So which is nothing but which will be having a intended, say something intended as a guide when making something else, right? So blueprint is generally something intended as a guide when making something else. It is nothing but a detailed plan of action. Say this will be having a detailed plan of action. That is called as a blueprint. So now it came in the construction industry initially. Then car modeling, in the car modeling also, say you say what is the size of the dimension for the wheel and what is the dimension for the car handling. Say for even handling, what is the shape? So what is the dimension? Each and everything detailed thing will be there that will be executed in the industry and that. Say if you come to the education system, same way for to set the question paper, we are having a blueprint. That is nothing but a table of specification. All right, which is focusing on the outcome. Actually, as I said, which is ensuring whether the question papers are focused on the curriculum. See, once you ensure this one, automatically out of syllabus thing will be, it will not come into the thing, right? Say actually, say the once you focus on this one, this kind of a blueprint, which is ensuring the outcome as well as the ability. Say when you are focusing on this one, automatically you can avoid out of syllabus questions can be avoided, then difficult questions can be avoided in the sense difficult question in the sense all the questions cannot be in the difficult level, right? That can be avoided. Then the time is not sufficient, that kind of a thing can be avoided. With the help of this one, we can easily ensure the validity in the question paper, right? Say quickly we will see sample table of specification. This actually this is the tabular form, right? This table of specification is providing the examination strategy, which is a matrix form. As I said, the tabular form, which is a two-dimensional one. One is talking about the content, another one is talking about the ability, right? Say here, teacher is always teaching towards the outcome, right? Say basically already each and every subject is having their own outcomes. Based upon that, teacher is delivering the subject in the classroom. So whatever we are teaching, that need to be tested. So if it is not so, then out of syllabus complaint will become. So whatever we are teaching in the classroom, that need to be tested, right? Say the question paper setter. Say here what is happening? Teacher is teaching in the classroom, right? Say normally if you take teachers they have to interact much more with the students. Even in the classroom, they have to interact. Normally the problem handling teachers, for example, the strength of material, thermodynamics, then fluid mechanics, soil mechanics. This teacher, if you see, they will be trying to solve more number of problems in the classroom itself, right? They will not be see they will not be interacting. Even they will not interact with the students because they are not having a time to complete their syllabus. Even they will be borrowing the hours from the theoretical handling teachers, right? So after completing the syllabus, then even they will be borrowing the hours from the theoretical and linked teachers, and they will try to complete the syllabus. Because of that, they will not be focusing on the interaction. So if you interact much more, then automatically you can ensure whether the students are learning, that you can ensure because of the interaction. You can give some activities or you can post some queries, you can get the answer from them, right? Say there should be a match, there should be a matching between what we taught and what we tested. The most of the time, the question paper setter is different. Teacher is different. The question paper setter, you must have an idea about that particular subject. Say, sometimes he will not be handling, he may be from same discipline, but he will not be handling for past 5 years, but he will be setting the question paper. It should not be like that. So he has to handle that subject. That kind of a person need to be engaged to set the question paper. That question paper setter must have a clear-cut idea about the guideline or this table of specification, right? So then only whatever he is teaching, that he can ask in the examinations. So this is, as I said, one is talking about the ability. Ability is nothing but a type of things that students should be able to do in the examination. Even simple, define force, define Ohm's law, or define shear force and bending movement, right? Say he has to define, right? So that is the ability. Say it may be a that ability may be a lower order level, or it may be a higher order level. Say in the lower order level, in the sense in the ability may be in the level of remembering, or maybe in the level of understanding, or application, or analysis, evaluation, whatever it may be, right? See this, it may be a lower order ability or a higher order ability. So the content is, which is already what we taught in the classroom, which is the subject matter. And I say define force or define shear force. The shear force and bending moment is the content there. All right. So this two-way matrix, which is relating these two, the ability as well as the content. Say here we have to give the weightage for each and every category. Say weightage in the sense, suitable weightage need to be given for the ability. Say all the questions should not be in the remember level, right? So if you set all the questions in this remember level, then what will happen? And the students will be telling that the question paper is very easy. If you set the question paper in the application level, or sorry, analysis and evaluation level, or application level, or analysis level, then what will happen? You are setting there all the questions in that level, then it will become tough for the students. So we have to give the proper weightage for this ability also. Say what happened in the 2000, I think in the 2000, in the Tamil Nadu curriculum, I'm telling you, the Tamil Nadu curriculum for the engineering, they made a engineering mechanics subject as a compulsory subject. They made engineering mechanics as a compulsory subject for the Tamil Nadu curriculum. Engineering, in the engineering curriculum, in the 2001 or 2002, like that, they have introduced, first time they have introduced the engineering mechanics in the first semester itself, which is a compulsory for all disciplines. So the people, the students were afraid to study that paper. They felt it was so difficult paper, like that. They was thinking, right? Say the curiosity was very high, because the first time they are going to appear for that kind of a subject. So the curiosity among the teachers, parents, and students was very high. Then what happened? The question paper came. The students, actually it was really a good question paper, because at the time I was handling that subject also. It was a good question paper. Whatever, it's a standard, good standard question paper they have asked. If you say, even if you say it is if they covered all the syllabus, if they studied all the syllabus, it's an easy question. But what happened, unfortunately, that question paper was leaked in some part of the states. Then what happened, the examination board announced that they cancelled their examination and they have conducted a re-examination for that one after 1 month. When they are setting the question paper for the re-examination, the question paper was entirely different. Entirely different. Say, if you study well that subject, then only it is possible to give the answer for that one. Each and every question is in the application level, in the analysis level. Each and every question, each and every unit has this kind of questions. So, see, you should not set all the questions in the higher order ability. You should not same way. You should not set all the questions in the lower order ability. So if you set in the lower order ability, in the sense it will be only remember and understand, and then it will be easy question paper. So we have to give the proper suitable weightage for each and everything, right? So this is what I was telling. The remember, understand, apply, analysis, evaluate, and create. These are all the level of the ability on the Bloom's taxonomy. So we may set the question paper in the different level, right? See, you may set the remember level and or understand level or apply level or analysis level, whatever may be you can set it. But we have to give the proper weightage. So that is what talking about the table of specification, this blueprint. Say this is the format for the table of specification. Say one is talking about the ability. Here, if you see this ability is talking about the remember, understand, application, and analysis, right? Say application and the other higher order abilities are coupled together here, right? See here, we have to give the proper weightage for each and every unit. In the left side column, if you see here, there's a units, the content, the first unit, second unit, third unit, like that it will be coming, right? We have to distribute our entire 100 mark questions to this to a matrix, right? Say because of doing this one, if you have this kind of a blueprint for each and every question paper or every subject, then you have to follow that one. You have to share that one with your students. Say with the help of that, they will be knowing, say how the question paper will be coming, then at what level of difficulty will be there, that they will be knowing. So this kind of a thing will be acting as a good direction for the question paper setter, teacher, or even for the students and so on. So as a teacher, we have to prepare the table of specification for the question paper or for your subject. Say sometimes some of the universities, they are framing the curriculum. During the curriculum itself, they are preparing this kind of a table of specification in the curriculum. They are for each and every subject they are preparing, they are adding. But if it is not available, in some cases it is not available, then it is not available. Then as a teacher, you have to prepare this table of specifications, right? This blueprint. We have to prepare the table of specification, or otherwise it's called as a blueprint. This is once based upon this weightage, if you prepare the question paper, then you can ensure the validity in the question paper. All right? Okay. Say what are the factors? Say when you are preparing, the table of specification is not available with your curriculum, then so how we can prepare? Say these are the factors need to be considered while preparing the blueprint or table of specification for your subject. Say how much important is each area in the total learning experience, right? These are the factors need to be considered, and accordingly we have to give the weightage for each and every content, right? Say some of the contents are really very important. They should not forget that one. say they have to keep it in their memory for entire life. Right? Then that kind of a thing you have to give the more weightage for that particular content. You have to give the more weightage. How much time was devoted to each area during the instruction? Right? Sometimes some of the concepts you will be spending much more time. Right? Say because that is very important. That is a difficult concept. But for understanding purpose, you may use the animations, or sometimes we may use the simulations or some pictures you are using, and with the help of that you are transferring the content to the students, right? How much time you have devoted as a teacher towards that instruction, that you can take into account. Then which outcomes have the greatest retention and transfer value? Right? As I said, say here the last year we have conducted the interview for the students, right? Some diploma students we have conducted the interview. Say what happened when we conduct the interview? Say only the four actually one post was there. For that the 4 students came. It's a diploma civil engineering students. They came for that interview. Say they have all. If you see, all of them have secured more than 70% in their subjects. Normally, this diploma people will be engaged in the site to monitor the civil engineering activities, construction activities, and so on. Say in the construction field, we use this is the civil engineering example. I'm sure I'm telling here, so because you can even easily you can understand the things. Say normally to mix the concrete, what we do, what we will use the water and the cement, and we use the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate, and then sand and jelly and all, right? Say for that we have to follow certain mixed ratios, right? It should be a 1:3:6, or 1:2:4, or 1:1.5:3. So we have a different kind of a mixed ratios, right? Say based upon this mixed ratio, the strength of the concrete will be differing. Say I asked the students, if the mixed ratio is this, then what will be the strength of the concrete? Say these students are not at all answering for that one. Say then I asked another question. Say you tell what is 1, what is 2, what is 4. I asked. Say normally the first one is actually this is first one is cement, right? One portion of cement, the remaining thing is fine aggregate and coarse aggregate will become. But this the very pathetically the students answering for these questions really. Some people said that the 4 is the cement. Some people said 2 is the cement, right? Say really, it was highly pathetic. Say this because they have completed 3 years diploma program. Even if you ask this question, the mason can answer. This students will be engaged in the field. They will be monitored. They have to ensure the quality in the industry. They have to ensure the quality in the concrete process. These people, these students are not at all having an idea what is 1, what is 2, what is 4. You see how they have secured 70% of the marks. Most of the students are even these diploma students are doing a lot of exercises, right? A lot of exercises on the labs, the concrete mix, testing of the cubes. For that, they have to prepare the mix. Say, how they have done that one. Say, this is really pathetic. It was really pathetic, right? Say, who answered correctly for that question? We have selected them, that person, right? Then we have conducted written exam for that. See, that's what we have done for this kind of a thing. Okay. So some of the same way, some of the basic concepts are greater retention and transfer values, right? So we have to give the more weightage for that one. Similarly, we have to give the importance. say do curriculum specialists assigned to each area, right? How sometimes some of the latest technology might have added in the curriculum, right? So what's the importance of that one? Accordingly, we have to give the weightage. Here sample thing is given for based, for example, here you see the content wise weightage is given here. Here content wise, unit 1 weightage is this much, unit 2 is weightage is this much, like that is given. Right, unit 1 is 15, unit 2 is 15 marks, and as well as the unit 3 is 20 marks. Say another 4 and 5 is having a 25 marks. See here, see the weightage is varying. See, some of the universities will not be having this kind of a thing. They will be giving an equal weightage for each and every unit. Then there will not be a variation. The 20, 20, 20, 20 will become. Here, in this particular example, the weightage is not uniform for all the unit. The weightage is the first unit, say first unit will be covering a 15 marks questions. The first unit, 15 marks questions. Like that, say the first 2 units will be taking a 15% weightage in the 100% of the marks, right? Each carry a 15% weightage, right? Say this is in the content part. If you come to the ability part, which is talking about the Bloom's taxonomy, right? Say this 15 marks or 50 for example, if you take the 50 for the first unit, how this 15 marks can be distributed for the different level of the Bloom's taxonomy, right? Here, remembering, understanding, and application, right? Say the application and higher order abilities are combined. Say remember level 7% and see here 8% is distributed in the understanding level, right? Say the remember level is 7% or 7% weightage is given, and understanding is 8% weightage is given. The first unit is carrying a 15% weightage. Okay. Say here, same way we have to do for remaining the units, right? So if you take the 4th and 5th unit, which is having a weightage in the application and higher order domain also, right? Wherein the 13% or 15% of the thing is given, right? So because the 4th and 5th unit may be advanced unit, they can cover a lot of applications. So the applications and the higher order abilities questions are possible. So the weightage is given more for that region, right? Say if in totality for the 100 marks, if you see here, the 20% weightage is given for the remembering level, 45% weightage is given for the understanding level, and 35% weightage is given in the application and higher order domain. Say that's what here shown. See, this is the weightage based upon the ability, right? Earlier in the this is the table of specification. This is the table of specification. Same way, this is the table of specification. So earlier, if you see here, you are seeing the weightage. Here you are seeing the weightage based upon the content, right? For each and every unit, what's the weightage? Here you are seeing the weightage for the each and every level, the ability, right? So this ability is how it is distributed for content as well as the ability. This is the two-way matrix. This is called as a blueprint. This is the sample blueprint. Similar kind of a blueprint you have to prepare for your subject. Once you prepare your blueprint, you have to stick on to this blueprint, right? The question, see, for each and every examination, the question paper may vary, but there should not be any change in the blueprint. Once you decide this blueprint, this is the guideline. Based upon this guideline, you have to prepare the question. Say, for example, this semester we are conducting the examination for the BTech information technology, and the subject computer communication and networks. So, and if same thing, say next year we are conducting, the syllabus is there is no change, then same, the blueprint you can keep as it is, right? You have to see here we mark 15% weightage for the 50 unit in the application level. Same weightage need to be given for the next semester also, right? So this is once you prepare the blueprint, right? That is standard. Okay. The question will change, not the blueprint, right? Say the examinations you may conduct twice or thrice. Right? When you do so, the questions may change, but not the blueprint. Blueprint is once you prepare the blueprint based upon the factors. Say once you give the weightage for each and every level and as well as the content, same thing need to be maintained for the entire portion, entire semester or entire subject, right? So once the questions may change, the application level, different questions you can give it. But so once you decided 15% weightage need to be given in the application level for the 15 days, the same thing need to be maintained, right? That is what it's talking about the blueprint. Okay. So let us see. Now you are so let us we can have a sample question paper. Let us take small question paper, right? Steps involved. Okay. The bit more loud. Okay. Speak loudly. Okay. So I'm sitting nearer to the system. Okay. The collection of various questions. Say how the collection of various questions. The people are thinking that when we are setting the question paper, the collection of various questions are setting the question paper. Say what outcome need to be tested on which content, that is very important, right? So what outcome is nothing but say on what ability and what need to be tested and what ability and what content need to be covered, that need to be decided by the teacher. Okay, good, your voice is okay, sir, clearly audible. Okay, good, thank you. Say in step 1, list the content to be tested. Say, let us see the steps. Say, for example, you are going to set the question paper for the formative assessment. In the formative assessment, you are deciding to conduct the examination for the first 3 units. Let us say 3 units. Say when you say that 3 units, for the 3 units, how to prepare? Say here the blueprint we have shown for the 5 units, right? Same way, you prepare the blueprint for the 3 units. Say, for example, you are not going to cover for the 100 marks, right? This is a formative assessment. You will be having a question paper for the 50 marks. For that 50 marks, how we can distribute those 50 marks in the first 3 units? How we can distribute that in the remembering, understanding, and application higher order domain? That you can discuss, right? For that, you prepare the table of specification, right? Once you prepare the table of specification, accordingly you design the question paper. Okay, let us see how to do that one. Step 1 is list the content to be tested. What are the content? The first 3 units. Okay, that you can list it. Then say these are the first 3 units. I'm going to test it. I'm going to give the weightage like this, 30 and 40% weightage like this, right? In the 50 marks questions, this is nothing but a 50 mark questions. 10, 15 corresponding weightage can be allotted in the mark wise, right? Then the second step is determination of the learning outcome. Say we have to determine the learning outcomes and its levels. Say whether I'm going to measure the learning outcomes in the remember level or understanding level or application level and so on. So you decide that one. So how much weightage you are going to give for the remember, understand, and application level. Say you know the 3 units content. Based upon that content, you may decide what is the weightage what is the weightage for the, what is the weightage can be given for the each and every domain, right? In each and every ability level of the Bloom's taxonomy, right? So here the 60% weightage is given for the understanding level, and 10 is for the remember, and 30% is weightage is for the application and other higher order domain, right? So accordingly, you distribute the marks. Then the third step is determining the different form of questions. Say determining the different form of question is nothing but say whether it is a 2-mark question or 3-mark question or 5-mark question or 10-mark question and so on. So you decide. So what is the form of questions, right? So whether it's the 2-mark questions or 10-mark questions and so on, like that you can decide number of questions. So for that you can decide how much marks. This is normally you will be having your own question pattern. There's nothing but a question pattern. You decide the question pattern. Then once you decided the question pattern, say that accordingly you can arrive the marks for that one, and you distribute the questions for each unit. You distribute this questions for the each unit. Here, distribution of the questions for each unit is this is showing the distribution of the question paper, right? This is say for example, first unit, what is the 8-mark questions, how many numbers, 4-mark questions, how many numbers, like that we can distribute it, right? Similarly, we can, once you distribute this one, say similarly you can check it, say how really you can ensure with the question pattern. Say accordingly you can distribute to the units. Just you are distributing that into the units, right? Say this is it really not audible? I don't know. Say some people are telling not audible. Level wise weightage should be. Okay, audible. Okay, audible. Okay, good. Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. So the next one is distribute the questions based on the level of the outcomes. Say distribution of the questions for each units we have done. So after that, the 5th unit is distribute the questions based on the level of the outcomes. The level of the outcomes in the sense the ability, nothing but ability. Based upon that ability, we have to distribute the questions, right? So this is what then the remember level, whether it is a 1-mark question or essay question or the what is that? We have a here, for example, we have taken a 3 categories, right? See, in the 3 categories, essay type question, short answer, and 1-mark questions, right? Say here that we have to distribute, right? This need to be distributed. Remember level, how many numbers? Understanding level, how many number, right? So initially we have decided 30% weightage need to be given in the understand level. So in that category, say what are the questions will comes under the understand level. So this is how we have to prepare. This is how we have to prepare, and finally, once we prepare this kind of a thing, accordingly, we have to prepare the question paper. So prepare the question paper based on the table of specifications, right? So this is how we have to think. Quickly, I'm summarizing. Say then you can ask your doubts. Say quickly, I'm summarizing. The first thing is, say you have to list the topics. What are the topics need to be listed? Then say you can decide weightage for each and every topic. Say how much weightage you are going to give for each and every topic. Then you decide what are the level and remember, understand, and application and higher order domain. You can couple together with the application level and decide their weightage. Decide their each and every weightage of that one. Then accordingly, you distribute those things in the you decide the question pattern, and accordingly you distribute those things in the content wise as well as the ability wise, right? So this is how we have to do it. Say accordingly you can prepare the question paper. Normally we used to give the group activity for this our teachers. Say you are all in the online mode. Now it is not possible to have the group activity, but you can do this thing. You can prepare the question paper, right? So if I will tell you, say there are two kind of activity we can do here. Normally we used to perform one thing in the classroom. Say another thing is you can do it in your own department, right? The first thing is, how do you know whether the examination questions you set are valid? How do you know? Say you have to prepare the question, the table of specification for your syllabus. Then similarly check with your question paper. Similarly, take the question paper and see whether as per the as per the table of specification, as per the guideline, whether the question paper was asked, right? So if you give weightage in the application level 15%, whether 15% is question has come in the question paper in the application level in the particular unit. Like that, you can check it. Say once you prepare the table of specification for the question paper and see the question paper and compare these two, then you can ensure whether your question paper is valid or not. Say even you may take one easy question paper or you may take one tough question paper. Just you see the level of each and every question. How many number of questions asked in each first unit? What is the level of those things that you can mark it? Say then you prepare the table of specification for the question paper. Then you can compare that with the syllabus. Then automatically you can ensure whether it is your question paper is valid or not, right? This is applicable for diploma. Okay, diploma also it is applicable for diploma, not only the degree. It is applicable for diploma as well as engineering, right? Both. Okay. Say the group activity 2 is nothing but say you set the different kind of a question. Say for example, as like in your college, in your engineering college or in your polytechnic college, whatever may be. Say say in your department, say that 2 or 3 people may handle the same subject, right? So you may divide the entire syllabus and you try to set different questions in that in different level of the ability. Sometimes you may set in the remember level, sometimes you may set more number of questions in the application level. So in different level you prepare the questions paper. Say that is the group activity. Say then once you prepare the questions in the team activity with your discipline members, if you prepare that kind of a question bank kind of a thing, question bank, not it's question bank is only not a questions with the ability, say whether it is remember level, understand level, or application level, and so on. With the ability, if you prepare that, once if you have a table of specification, just you can pick those kind of questions from the different level and put it in the question paper. That's what, right? This is the group activity. This is you can do it a little bit later. Okay, in your college you can do it. Okay, say normally I would like to stop here. This group activity 1, you can, I will tell you this activity, you can, normally the presentation is there. Tomorrow morning you will be presenting. You may prepare your own table of specification for your subject and try to accordingly try to prepare the question paper. This is one. Or another one is you may take any question paper and evaluate that one, whether it is a valid question paper or not valid question paper. So for that, you must have an idea about the syllabus. Based upon that factors, you have to give the weightage, and accordingly you have to give the weightage for each and every abilities in the different units. So you will be getting a table of specification. Then you compare the table of specification with any question paper. Then you can ensure the validity. This is how we can do it. Say this, we can you can present it tomorrow morning, right? Okay, I would like to stop here. If you have any questions, you can put it in chat box. Very nice session, sir. Okay, very nice. Okay, Google Class. Okay. Very informative session. Okay, good. Thank you very much for your active participation in this thing. Say if you have any specific query, you can ask me.
There is one question,
Yes,
Dr.
yes,
Dinesh.
yes.
I'm going to ask, read a few questions that are being asked. Is that okay?
Yes, here mentioned one question is mentioned the whether options, extra questions related to
Yeah.
options. Okay, good. Say this is very good. Okay, actually in the question paper you will be having a choice, right? Say when you are having a choices, it will be coming for the 120 marks and all, right? That you can consider. You consider that extra questions also. Say it will be coming. Say for the examinations, it will be coming around for the question paper. If you take it, including the choices, it will be coming around 120. Then you convert into the percentage. That is what, right? Say when you are setting the question either or option, when you are giving a normally we used to tell that say if for example you are giving a either or option, say don't give in different level. When you are giving, say for example in the third unit I have given a weightage for the 15 marks, the 15 marks for the application level. Say that particular question I am setting in the question paper in the either or pattern. When I do so, one is in the lower order level, another one is in the higher order level. If you do so, then automatically it is wrong. Say when you do so, we have to set both the questions in the same level. Say either or pattern, when you set the question paper, both the questions should be in the same level, right? Then only you can cover the table of specification. Say one is in the lower order level, another one is in the higher order level, then it will not match, right? Okay. Good. Then any other question? Sir, about yesterday, September. Can you set COs as per RUA level and set papers accordingly? Yes. That's what you can set it. You can set it, no problem. You can course outcomes that you can see the each and everything is the content is focusing about the outcome, right? See that you can set in the different levels accordingly. You can set the question paper. Nothing wrong with it. You can do it. It's okay if higher learning ability is not applicable for some units, right? Say in some places it may be true, or some places say we have to think. Say even if you see, I will give one simple example. Nowadays, if you see the CBSE curriculum, or even our state board curriculum and the students, if you see the mathematical papers, we study partial derivation as a partial derivation. We may study integration as integration. Now, see, their real-time applications are in focus. See, they are mentioning, say, how we can find the rate of change of velocity, how we can find the rate of change of volume. See, that and all we can do with the help of the partial derivation. Like that, say, they are most of the things they are giving in the application oriented, right? Say, you think as a teacher, we have to think, we have to critically think, and we have to try to find, say for each and every content, there will be applications. Say, as a teacher, we are discussing the content on the classroom. But say, to improve the critical thinking of the students, it is essential we have to set some of the questions in the higher order level. Say because our industry people are expecting much more from the students. Say they are focusing. Say they are say when they are studying, the students studying, they have to develop their soft skill also, the communication skill they have to develop. They have to develop the their critical thinking skill, right? Say they have to develop their leadership skill. So to develop their critical thinking skill, we have to set some of the questions. You don't ask the direct questions. You try to avoid the direct questions. You try to give some say some say not. I'm not telling entire question should be changed. You set some of the questions in the higher level, say which will help them to think on the content part. Say automatically with the help of that, the critical thinking of the students will be getting developed. With the help of that, we can ensure the quality in the education system. Okay. Yes. Okay. The PPT of the session. Yes, yes. I will share with you. I will share with you. I can otherwise this I will post here. I will I don't know. I will. Okay, good. I will give it to the Dr. Jana or Ashish. They will upload in the LMS. No problem. You will be getting the PPT.
So with the video that people are asking for presentations, the answer to that question is that we have been told by AICTE that they will create a video for each of the sessions and they will upload it on the AICTE site. So what we will do is once the video from the AICTE is made, we will upload it on the, we'll let the participants know of the link.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Is it okay if there is any specific thing, then I will answer, or otherwise, what, Ashish?
So there is no specific question. Maybe we can wait for 1 more minute and see if there's any other question, and then we can end the session.
Okay, okay, good, good.
There's one question. Extra options in exams, COP calculations by Mohini Patil.
See, COPO mapping is actually this is entirely different. COPO mapping, see, this is extra questions. As I said, the when you are even in the extra question paper, you may have the 120 marks, right? That need to be converted into the 100 marks, right? So 100% weightage. Here we have to see only the weightage. 100% weightage in the how much weightage we are going to give it in the first unit, second unit, third unit, like that, right? Say whatever may be this all thing need to be converted into the percentage that you may set the question paper in 120 mark, right? Say with the including the choice that can be converted into the percentage systems. Okay. Any other thing? Please share the PPT reference while paper setting if possible. Okay. Then ideally, how much weightage for remembering, understanding, application, higher order ability? Okay, good question. Okay. Ideally, how much weightage for remembering, understanding, and application? Okay. From Bhagati. Okay. KG Bhagati asking this question. Good. How much weightage for remembering, understanding, application, higher order ability in the question paper? Say, I'll tell you. Say, it is depends upon the say diploma category is there and the engineering category is there. Say this is based similarly based upon this audience. Actually, based upon this audience group, this may be vary. Say normally in general, you may ask 50% of the questions in the understanding level, 10 to 15% in the remember level, and remaining 30% of the questions. Normally 25 to 30% of the questions can be asked in the application and higher order. Say in the range, if you see 20 to 30% can be set in the IRR domain. Then the 40 to 50 you can set it in the understanding level. Remaining thing you can put it in the remembering level. This is the standard thing we can implement. Okay. Model question paper means, I don't know. So what is the model question paper?
The participants are required to submit a model question paper. So
Okay.
basically that is what they are asking, but I can answer that question.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'll answer that question in the second half of the session. So not an issue.
Okay. Okay. Question paper is to be set to CO or the unit wise, right? See anyway, in the each and every unit will be having a weightage, you know. Say accordingly, say the normal question paper, how the normal question paper will be there. Say same way you have to do it. But when you come to the first unit question, say you can in the question paper you will be having some question paper, right? So some of the questions will be falling in the first unit. For that, what is the outcome, right? What is the outcome of that one that you can see, right? Accordingly, you can segregate whether it is remember level or application level. Like that, you can do the segregation in that. Okay. The how much time of actual weightage of unit we have to provide options. Okay. How much time of actual weightage of unit. That's what I said. Some of the factors need to be considered, right? Say some of the topics are really laying a fundamental knowledge for the students, right? They have to remember throughout their life. Then we have to give the more weightage for that one. Similarly, sometimes some of the concepts we will be teaching much more time by putting a more effort. Say that kind of a thing, you have to give the more weightage for that one. Say accordingly, we have to give the more weightage for that particular content, and we have to give the weightage for that particular content, right? Okay. The question paper is okay. This is the interview. Then. Sir, is it very necessary to cover all Bloom's level in the question paper? If you see in the engineering, the evaluation and creation. The creation is really new thing, right? The application analysis and the application we can go up to the analysis. Even evaluation would be a different one. Say each and every people their own. Say for some example, some case studies we are giving, they can evaluate in their angle, right? Say the different answer will become for that one. But say you may say for some, even in the civil engineering we used to tell, say we go to the site, you see the failure, what kind of a failure we are having that particular structure. What is the reason? Just to come and write your views, right? They will be writing there. See, this is they are evaluating the structure in the field, and accordingly they are. So they can use the non-destructive testing equipment, or with the help of visual inspection, they can do it. But say this kind of a thing we cannot say, set it in the final examinations, right? See the evaluation, we can do the paragraph kind of a thing. They can go through that records, and with the help of that they can do the evaluations and all. But see the application and analysis level, up to analysis level we can go. See it is not necessary to go up to create level and all. Create and all, we have to create new thing. That's what it's talking about. That thing. So say we have to give the weightage, remember and understand level. Most of the questions are coming here, but to critical thinking, to increase the critical thinking capacity, we have to set some questions on the higher order domain. Higher order domain is nothing but application analysis in the higher order domains, right? Okay. Yes, yes, you are right. You are right. For open book examinations, you can increase the weightage of the higher order domain. Really, you are thinking correct. Good. Yes, as you said, you are right. You are right. Say open book examinations, you can the critical thinking will be more good. Explain once again our first activity. First activity in the session, sir. Okay, sir. Applicable combination of analysis evaluation. Say this is the first activity is say you prepare the table of specification for your syllabus. At present, you are handling your subject. For the subject, you prepare the table of specification. Then you accordingly you can prepare based upon your table of specification. You try to prepare the question paper. This you can do. Or I will tell you one more thing. You prepare the table of specifications for your syllabus. Then you may take any semester question paper or end semester question paper. You may take it for that particular subject and see the level of each and every unit and prepare the table of the similar kind of a table for that question paper. It will give the weightage for each and every unit as well as the different level. Then you compare this two. With the help of that, you can ensure whether it is a valid one or not valid. So really whether it is having a flaw or not flaw. If it is a flaw, then what is the flaw, and that you can tell. This is our first activity. Say this is first, second, third, and fourth. What should be what should be the contents of the table of specification? Say this table of specification in the sense, say which will be having a two-way matrix. No, two-way. The table of specification is okay. So okay, side application of combined and wait a minute. So I will play the last 3 or 4 slides. I will play it. Dr. Sudhir asked, I will play that one. No problem. Then, okay, what else? Some people asked about, sir, is applicable, apply, uh, first, second, third, year-wise Bloom's level distribution is important, right? Say the year-wise, are you meaning the first year, second year students? Say here the Bloom's levels are talking about only the content and its ability for that particular subject, not for the year-wise. Say the question paper, you see the question paper. See, it is depends upon mainly depends upon the content, right? See, really, if it is advanced content, then the application will be much more in that thing, right? Then we have to give the weightage for the higher order domain much more for that one. See, some of the thing will be very fundamental thing, the fundamental basic paper. Say in that you can give the minimum weightage for the higher order domain, but remaining thing you can give the more weightage. Right. So this is how we can say normally in the first year and now see there's some basic fundamental things are coming. Even though that we can give the more weightage in the higher order domain, say because the higher order domain is nothing about the application level, right? In the application level, the content can be taught, right? Okay. Say that thing we can do it, right? So it's not depends upon the year. It is only mainly depending upon the subject, right? So the content, subject content. Sir, is applicable a combination of apply analysis evaluation. Okay, it is not so. The application, the application I on the domain it's told. So it's few questions may be in the analysis part, some few questions may be in the application part, right? It's actually we are coupling together, and because that is above the application level, it is called as higher order domain. So the for the higher order domain, the lower order domain is very, very fundamental. Say once the students are strong in the lower order domain, then they can easily apply that in their profession. So this lower order domain is see which they remember and understand level, that is categorized as a lower order domain. The others are categorized as a higher order domain, right? So you may set some questions in the application level or in the analysis level. You may set some questions can be set. So it is coupled actually. So it is coupled here, and the weightage normally you can give the weightage 20 to 30% for this the higher order domain, the application and the analysis. Sir, in some questions, more than one Bloom's taxonomy may be involved. Would it be valid? Say some questions more than one Bloom's taxonomy. I don't know. Say the actually, what do you mean? I think one question paper. Sorry, one questions you will be having a B, C, D kind of a thing. In that, one question is in the lower order domain. Some question is in the higher order domain. Like that. That's what I'm understanding. Okay, it is valid one. It's valid one. See, once whatever may be the questions, whatever may be the level, you finally if it is matching with your table of specification, then it is valid one. Okay. See, can you provide table of specification sample? Okay, see the guy. See here, sample one is I've shown in the PowerPoint presentation. Say it is not sample. See, as a subject matter expert, we have to decide. Say what is the thing need to be what content weightage need to be given more. That as a teacher you have to decide. Say accordingly you have to prepare the table of specification. Right? Say it is not specific for the engineering. Say even this table of specification, what I'm showing here, it may vary. It may vary depends upon the content. Right? It may vary depends upon the content. For example, okay. Okay, so no sir, any standard format of question paper, okay, some format of question paper, okay. Say this is the table of specification is the standard. Say in that, for example, state Lemmas theorem, and there is a numerical questions on applications, okay. State Lemmas theorem, okay. See, in the same questions two different, okay. See, this is actually it should be treated as a two different question. As I said, the state Lemmas theorem. So then we are giving you some numerical questions in the application level. So this is this is say for each and the same questions. Let us say 10 marks. Say 2 marks will be giving for the state Lemmas theorem. 8 marks will be given for the 8 numerical questions. Right? So there's 2 marks. That 2 mark weightage need to be given in the remember level. It's a fundamental question. So in the remember level, but 8 mark questions need to be brought under the application level. That's what we have to do. It's a valid question. It's a valid question. Nothing wrong with it, but with the weightage, when you calculate the weightage, it should be proper. Okay. Okay. Good. I will show the slides here. They asked some 4 or 5 slides. Okay, this is. I will show the sample blueprint here. Yeah, this is the sample blueprint. So this is the sample blueprint. This is for the particular subject. Here the weightage is different, right? Says here the in one of the university they have given a weightage like this. Their question paper pattern is was like that. Say in our if you take Anna University, here in the Tamil Nadu, they used to give the equal weightage for each and every subject. They in the question paper pattern, based upon that question paper pattern, the end semester pattern, you can give the weightage. You can categorize this weightage for the each and every content. Here they used to give the equal weightage for each and every unit. Either are questions. The big questions will be coming in the either are questions. 5 units, same the 2 more questions also they used to ask. In that, I think 10 2 more questions. The 10 2 more questions, each unit will carry a two more questions. 5 units total 10 more 10 units, 10 2 more questions will be asked. In that, each unit carry two more questions. Right? Say, if you see, similarly, big questions become the either or pattern. Each and every question will be asked in the same unit. Right, first questions either are both the questions will be in the same unit. Right, say like that. The equal weightage there, equal weightage given for that each and every unit. Right, at the time you will be getting a 20, 20, 20, 20 for all the 5 units. Say we have to do the distributions only here, the remembering level, understanding level, and other application and other higher order domains. So once you prepare this kind of a thing, accordingly you can try to prepare your thing. The main focus you try to allot something in the application level. Say don't think so. Say most of the teachers what they are telling. So my subject is very fundamental thing. So there is no question in the application level. There is no question in the higher order level like that they are telling. So that say as a teacher we have to think over it and we have to see that what is the real time application that need to be set. Right? Say students have to think and they have to write it. That's all. Instead of giving a direct answer, they have to think. They have to implement their content in that thing. So if you do so, I said no. 1:2:4. The students are not answering for that question. So that kind of a thing can be avoided. Right? Say normally what they are doing, our students are not at all studying during the semester. At the end, they are only in the semester holidays they are studying. When they are doing so, they are trying to leave some of the chapters also. This should be avoided. So, when you are doing a formative assessment, we have to ensure the learning, whether they are learning the things that we have to ensure. So, even for that, you have to prepare the table of specification accordingly. Try to implement, try to design your question paper. Then you will be getting a good tool which will be having a distribution on the content, which will be having a distribution on the different level of the taxonomy. That is the ultimate aim. So with the help of that, we can ensure the quality in the education system, right? So that's what I said. The questions once you prepare the table of specification, it should not be changed for each and every examination. You can change the questions, but it should not change the blueprint, right? Say that's what. Say this is then okay. Say this is activity. When you come to the activity, as I said, you can take the any examination question paper that you can prepare the table of specification for that one. So the table of specification for the question paper in the sense you see first unit how many weightage given for the remember level, understand level, like that you can prepare table for the question paper. Similarly you prepare the table of specification for your subject, then you try to compare this both with the help of that you can tell whether the question paper is valid or not. That is the group activity 1. The group activity 2 is say you try to set a different level of the questions. Remember understand level directly you can take it from the thing, but in the application you mainly focus on that application analysis level. What are the questions can be set in the different level of the applications or analysis level and so on. So accordingly, if you prepare that one, when you are setting the question paper, you may pick certain questions from that level and you can put it. That will be a good thing. Say for the first unit, say this you can think over, you can discuss. It is not an individual activity. You can discuss with your colleagues, those who are handling the same subject, and they think in the different perspective and try to bring the different questions, right? Okay, thank you very much. I would like to stop here. Thank you very much for your active participation. Okay, if you have any query in the future, you can ask me, right? Say, you may send a mail to me. My mail ID is dinesh@nittrc.ac.in. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh. I think this session was very useful.
Okay.
And I can see from participants' feedback, they really enjoyed the session and learned a lot from it. So thank you so much. Participants who are here, if you have any other question about the model question paper, we'll start the second session after a 15-minute break. So I will take up the questions that you have about the model question paper. At this time, I would like to again thank you, Dr. Dinesh, and we'll go for a 15-minute break. So it is 12:27. We'll resume at 12:42.
Okay. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, baby.
Bye.